Here we are at Nudgee Truck Stop. We're just waiting for some friends. They'll be here shortly and we'll be on our way. Stay tuned for our trip to Carnarvon Gorge. Just checking out some of the outback art sculptures in Roma. Check this one out. That's awesome. This is the outback wrecker. Got a guy in here. With his dog. Barbed wire wheels. Pretty cool, isn't it? They call this one the prickly pear. Made of barbed wire, I can see why. Look at it.
Well, we're in Inzin, about, what, an hour and a half out of Carnarvon. So we'll just have a little rest and then on our way. Choo choo!
Move out of the way.
Look at them all. How are we going to get them to move? There's like billions. Oh, watch there. Doing some freaky stuff.
Yeah, just keep moving forward and I'll start to move.
He's blocking us. Oi, buddy, move. I don't know.
You shall not go past.
Well, we've made it to Sandstone Park, Carnarvon Gorge. Wow, wow, wow. Pretty cool. We're on a dirt road here going up to a reception. A little bit uphill all the way. Alright, so we've just pulled up to reception. We are at Sandstone Park, Carnarvon Gorge. What a view! Just beautiful.
Look at that.
Alright, today we're going four-wheel driving into the gorge with Katie from Four-Wheel Drive.
Not sure where she's from, but her parents own a lot of the property. So we've booked a tour with Katie and she's going to take us around. You've got to take your own four-wheel drive and take some lunch. She'll provide morning tea and away you go.
That's where we're going today.
The Scenic Driving Adventure Central Queensland Nature Tours takes you through the ancient sandstone ranges on the private Nyanda station. The area cannot be seen or accessed in any other way, which gives you a unique view of the Carnarvon ranges. The drive will take you down winding dirt tracks and through pristine water crossings before arriving at the panoramic views of the gorge.
Oh, steep.
We stopped at a lookout point and walked a short trail which took us up to the top of the gorge to experience the magnitude and beauty.
We'll pull up and this is where we'll stop for morning tea. But yeah, once you do park, just feel free to take a bit of time to have a wander around here. Good opportunity to have a look around and we'll just get everything set up for morning tea.
Bit of off-road action, not too hardcore.
We arrived at an elevated area called Flat Rock, which is where we enjoyed the endless views whilst relaxing with afternoon tea supplied by Christian.
Alright, we're off to the Wilderness Lodge for some dinner. I'm not sure exactly what's on the menu, but it beats cooking anyway.
Look at all those bats. It's crazy.
Wilderness Lodge for some dinner on our Carnarvon Gorge trip.
So we're having a glass of Pepsi Mellow, I think. So,
Why not? Cheers.
This is the start of our Carnarvon Gorge hike, where we checked out the information board and then we're on our way.
well, that was cool.
Alright, this is how you do the crossing, guys.
This is crossing number 2. It's either going to be awesome or a big failure. We'll see. Look at him go. It's like a... Ooh. Ones that throw you off.
Yay! So, we're halfway up the stairs to the amphitheater. Can't see it much in the photos, but it's way up there. We're on our way.
Puffed.
Not far from the amphitheater now. Not gonna lie, it did take a bit of walking. Bit more than I'm used to. There's a reason why they call this the amphitheater. Just about there now.
We're going to go into there
That's right.
and we'll see what it's like. We're in the amphitheater. Right up. Oh, some water to get through here. Alright, we're in the Carnarvon Gorge and we made it into the amphitheater, and the videos do not do it justice. It is just so tall and just unbelievably.
It's overwhelmingly massive, these cliffs and rocks there. It's incredible. The camera, like Karen said, it doesn't do it justice. So beautiful.
Just okay, fun fact, like Carnarvon Gorge itself, the amphitheater was carved out of soft sandstone by the relentless force of water. Long ago, water began to flow down in secting cracks in the sandstone far above. As the water moved downward, it eroded the soft sandstone. Over time, the cracks became wider and water carried sand out through the narrow passage by which you entered the amphitheater. Eventually, the awesome caravan you now stand within was created. All right, we are on the way to the Moss Garden. 650 meters from the main track each way. So we've just got on it, so we'll see how we go. Crossing number 2. So we've got past crossing number 3 on the way back, and we're heading along.
It's a good walk, that's for sure.
Okay, up the stairs we go. Bit of waterfall. Alright, we'll go up the stairs. Well, certainly some moss around now.
Well, we've finally made it to the Moss Gardens. And there's a reason why they call it the Moss Gardens. Beautiful.
Very pretty. All the water runs through it. Waterfall over here. And then the canyon goes all the way up.
Look at this thing, it's got a few growths on it. Awesome.
The big one.
This last water crossing couldn't have come sooner on our way back to the entrance of the gorge. We decided to drive back to camp to settle in for the night after a big day of hiking.
So, our Carnarvon Gorge trip is coming to an end. It's Friday. We left on Monday. We headed southwest through Toowoomba, Dalby. Where did we get our coffee machine? We left our coffee machine at home, of all things.
We went into Roma and we went to Harvey Norman to pick up a new coffee machine. So it's been working really well. I think it's a DeLonghi, I think. But it's making perfect coffees, so we're happy about that.
And that's one thing that we can't do without our coffee.
So we picked up that and picked up a nice meat pie from Roma and then headed
to the Federal Hotel. And the Federal Hotel used to be a popular stop for caravans, but they're starting to build these little like portable buildings, like little self-contained apartments. So there's very little room for caravanners now. You could probably fit 3 or 4 in there, and the rest have to go out on the street. And they have the foundations are there for more. So in time, I'm not sure when, but in time, there won't be any allowed to be there. There just won't be any space. So you'll have to find another spot to stop or stop on the street.
Anyway, we had an all right night. It was free camping, so we went in and got a nice pub meal and a drink. And yeah, I think I just got a cheeseburger and chips, but the meals were massive and very tasty and really, really nice people. Couldn't complain.
Then we headed out in the morning and took off to towards Injune. That was the last fuel stop, but we managed to find some. I think we got one of the suburbs mixed up. I think we managed to stop in at Roma then, and they had fuel that was cheaper than at Injune, so we fueled up at Roma, and then just headed straight to the gorge, and here we are.
Yeah, we've had a good stay. Went into the gorge yesterday and did a 10k return hike. Managed to get to Cathedral. No.
We went to the amphitheater.
Amphitheater. And
Cathedrals was a bit further, and I don't think I was up for that.
So we got to the amphitheater and then we went back to Moss Gardens and then walked back out. Definitely a long walk.
It was a long walk, and the day before was we did a 4-wheel drive tour with a fellow by the name of Christian. His wife Katie, she runs a lot of the things up this way as well. So if you do head up this way and you book anything, chances are you will run into either of those guys. And they took us on a tour, which we'll show you some drone footage, where they've got their property just backs onto a gorge. It's not the Carnarvon Gorge, but it's another gorge, and it's just awesome. I flew the drone over there. It was brilliant fun. It was a really good tour. It was about 5.5 hours. It was a little bit easier than the walk,
Yeah.
because we were driving. But otherwise, yeah, it was.
It was very good, and we got he provided morning tea, which Katie had made pumpkin scones and Anzac biscuits, and got coffee or tea, and sat by the little creek. Then went up to top of one of the gorges and managed to look down, and it was very good and very interesting, and he was very knowledgeable as well about the area.
He runs a cattle farm on that property. It's a property that his great-grandfather acquired. Interesting story how he got it. He'll tell you all that on the tour. His family, his parents are on the property, and him and Katie are on that property. They tell you about how they've fought off fires and things like that have come through. They've got some really great stories, and there's a lot about the land and the history, and I think they've been on that land for 64 years from memory. So you'll have a few stories after 64 years, I'm sure.
And that's pretty much, we've had a good stay here, and they do at 5 o'clock every afternoon?
Yeah, every Friday they do a fire, just back up this way, just near the reception. There's a massive fire pit. It's an old, I think like a coal cleansing drum or something like that, with a stainless steel mesh in a barrel. And they've got that thing full of firewood, and it burns really well. In fact, each day they just disturb the ashes and throw in more wood, and it just starts burning again. It gets that hot. And they've got like sandstone barricade all the way around it where you can sit on, and old mate, he loves a good chat.
And you come up with a glass of wine and enjoy the other campers and listen to a few stories, and then head back and cook some dinner. We had nice dinners. I think we had steak and...
Made a stew last night.
Oh yeah, we did a really good stew last night.
One of our favourites.
Stew.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of my new favourites actually. It was just beef and potato with carrot, onion and stock and all sorts of things, but it was super tasty, and just had some bread on the side, and really good meal.
And a little tip for you, if you do like a little bit of cooking here, just watch your bread, because the crows, they love bread.
Yeah, we did have 3 pieces this morning, and then we ended up with 2. They nearly got the second piece, but we managed to stop that, and then we had to get another piece out. Yeah.
Yeah, so just watch that. The crows are fairly hungry. But the wildlife's awesome. As far as we've seen emus, kangaroos, that goes without saying. Big eagles.
What was that thing that ran across the road? It looked like a big rat.
Yeah,
We're not
I think
sure.
it was a bandicoot or a bilby. I'm no expert on it, but we saw that at night. We weren't filming. We were just coming back from the Wilderness Lodge, which is just further up the road this way. We came back from that after a nice dinner, and this thing come whizzing out across the road. Luckily, we're only going slow, so we're able to stop, and it just ran in front of the car and back into the bush. We've seen plenty of bats on just on nightfall. The bats come out. There's no shortage of animals at this place, that's for sure. No. Plenty of cattle everywhere.
And it doesn't matter where you are camped in Sandstone Park. It's basically 360-degree view. Doesn't matter where you look.
Like, we've got an awesome view out behind where you guys are, all the way out here, and I think the best one is out the back this way, but it's a 360-degree view, so no matter what campsite you book, you've got an awesome view, and you can just look around. It is the most panoramic place we've ever been to, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. And the temperature, we've had really good weather since we've been here. It's been perfect days, a little bit of wind in the afternoons.
In between 17 and 19 during the days.
Yeah, and about 7 overnight.
Yeah.
But no, it's been really good, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you like it, please follow us and we'll be able to create some more for you.
And this is our first video, by the way, too.
So welcome to
Yes.
Aussie Glamping in a van.
Thanks for watching.